You're spending $5,000 a month on marketing, getting 50 calls, converting 8, the other 42 just disappeared. If you're a service business owner wondering where your leads go, this is for you. Here's the frustrating part. Your marketing is working. The phone's ringing. Emails are coming in. People are reaching out. But 60 to 80% of them never become clients. They ghost you after the first conversation. They get your proposal and never respond. They schedule a consultation, but then cancel. You're not alone. I see this with every service business I talk to. Law firms, accounting practices, restoration companies, IT services. The same problem is everywhere. And it's not what you think. Let me show you. I'm Ryan Hurst with Media Ace Advisors, and I help service business owners identify where they're bleeding money. And one of the biggest leaks is conversions. Most business owners think they need more leads. So they spend more on marketing, more on ads, more on SEO. But here's the truth. The problem isn't lead generation. It's lead conversion. You're spending money to get the phone to ring and then watching 60 to 80% of those calls walk away. It's like filling a bucket with a hole in the bottom. Today I'm going to show you the 4-step formula that converts 40 to 60% of those leads. Not by being pushy, not by giving prospects exactly what they need at each stage to move them forward confidently. So let's go. Let me tell you about an accounting firm I worked with. They're a great firm. Experienced partners, solid reputation, but they were losing clients to H&R Block. H&R Block. They're way more qualified, better services, and it's more personalized. They're losing to a big box firm. Why? Their website said they were a full-service tax preparation. Their proposal said comprehensive tax services. Their conversions were all about credentials, years of experience, certifications, and prospects were picking H&R Block because they couldn't see the difference. Everything sounded the same. So we changed one thing. We changed their message from full-service tax preparation to we find an average of $12,000 more in deductions than the big box firms. Same firm, same services, same pricing, just a little bit different message. They doubled their consultation booking rate in 6 weeks. Doubled. Not because they changed what they do, but because they changed how they communicate what they do. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How to communicate in a way that converts. So why do 60 to 80% of the leads disappear? There's 3 reasons. First is that you sound like everybody else. When I search a great reputation on Google, 105 million results come up. Quality service, experienced team, competitive pricing. Everyone is saying the same thing. So prospects tune out, and you tend to blend into the background. If your message sounds like your competitor's message, prospects have no reason to choose you. They're guessing, or they're going to go with whoever's the cheapest. Second is that you skip critical steps. Most service-based businesses go from here's what we do straight to here's our price. Everything in the middle, gone. The prospects don't understand why they should buy or why they should buy from you instead of your competitor down the street. Without that education, they can't really make an informed decision. So they make no decision at all. And you wonder why they say, I need to think about it. Translation is they're going to call someone else who will hopefully give them the information that you didn't. Third, there's no clear next step. The conversation just ends and the prospect's thinking, okay, so what happens now? Do they call me? What information do I need? That ambiguity, that's friction, and friction will kill a conversion. Prospects choose the path of least resistance, which is usually doing nothing. Does that sound familiar? So here's the solution. It's called the conversion formula. There are 4 steps. Captivate, fascinate, educate, and close. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works using real businesses. Let me start with a restoration company. Their old headline was Emergency Water Damage Service. That's about them. Service. It describes what they do. We changed it to water damage. Is water damage taking over your business? We'll have you back to normal in 48 hours. See the difference? The first one is generic. Could be anyone. The second one addresses their biggest fear. Business is shut down. Lost revenue. Downtime. They changed just that one headline. Same marketing channels, same budget, same audience. Phone calls increased from 35%. That's the first step. Captivate. You have to grab attention by addressing their biggest problem. Make them stop and think, and that's exactly my problem. This might be my solution. Now, step 2. Fascinate. This is where you show them your unique solution. The restoration company's old message was we offer comprehensive restoration services. Generic. Sounds like everybody else. The new message is we'll have you back in business to normal within 48 hours. Guaranteed. Specific. Credible. It removes risks. Prospects think this is different from what I've seen before. I want to know more. But here's where most businesses fail, is they skip step 3 entirely. They go from here's what we do straight to here's what it costs. The prospect isn't ready yet. They need the third step, which is educate. A law firm I worked with figured this out, and they started sending prospects a simple guide. 5 questions to ask before hiring an attorney. It educated prospects on what to look for. Things like why experience in your specific case type matters more than years in practice. What to ask about in the communication frequency and response times. Every question made the firm's strengths obvious without being pushy. Their conversion rate went from 42% to 67%. They didn't change their service. They didn't change their pricing. They just educated their customers on how to evaluate options, which naturally led them to choose correctly. That's the education step. You're giving them information they need to make a confident decision. How your process works, step by step. Why your approach is different from competitors. What results they can expect with real numbers. What the timeline looks like from start to finish. And then, the 4th step, the close. Make the next step obvious. Be specific, risk-free. That same restoration company changed their close from call us for a quote to something much better. Schedule a free on-site assessment and we'll identify all of your damage, including hidden issues. Provide a detailed scope of work and give you a fixed price quote, all within 24 hours. Their booking rate went from 28% to over 50%. Just because the offer was specific, they knew exactly what they would get. The value was clear. The risk is 0. And they knew when they'd get it. That's the conversion formula. Captivate with the problem, fascinate with your unique solution, educate them on why you're the right choice, and then close with an irresistible next step. 4 steps. That's it. If you're thinking, I'm losing leads and I don't know why, just stick with me. At the end of this video, I'll show you how to identify where your conversion process is breaking down. But first, you need to understand why you can't see it yourself. So why don't service businesses owners see that conversion is the problem? And I find that there's 2 reasons. First, everyone is talking about marketing. Every podcast, every book, every consultant, you just need more leads. It's the only solution everyone seems to be talking about. So when growth stalls, that's where everyone looks first. Nobody says, maybe you don't need more customers. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but sometimes it's the truth. You don't need more leads. You need to convert the ones that you already have. If you're converting 18% and you double that to 36%, it's the same marketing budget, just twice the revenue. Second reason is that you can't see it. Businesses try to use just 1 or 2 steps in the formula and wonder why it doesn't work. They create a great opening or captivating headline, but then give generic information in the middle, or they make bold claims to fascinate people, but can't back it up with real education. All 4 steps need to work together. The formula is a system. like a menu. You can't just pick and choose. Think of it like a recipe. You can't bake a cake just by mixing in flour and eggs. You need all the ingredients in the right proportions, in the right order. The conversion formula is the same. Skip one step and your conversion rate's going to drop. But if you master all four, you're going to start converting 40 to 60% of your leads. All because you can use just one step. That doesn't mean you should. Now here's the power of this formula. It works everywhere where your customers are making decisions. Your website, your homepage, landing pages for specific services, email sequences when you follow up with leads, sales presentations and proposals, phone scripts for your team, social media posts and ads. Anywhere you're trying to convert someone from maybe to a yes, use this formula. If you only make one change this week, start with your homepage. Most homepages say, "Welcome to ABC Company. We've been in business since 1995, and we offer quality services." That's all about you. It doesn't captivate anyone. It doesn't fascinate them with your unique solution, and it doesn't educate them on why you're different. It doesn't give them any clear next steps. Instead, try this. At the top of your page, create a headline that addresses their biggest problem. That's captivate. Right below it, in a subheadline that shows your unique solution. That's fascinate. A clear button that tells them exactly what to do next. That's the close. Then as they scroll down, a section that explains your process, your differentiation, your results. That's educate. Add in some social proof, some testimonials, some case studies, real numbers, and another clear call to action at the bottom. 4 elements: clear progression, a higher conversion rate. That's it. It's not complicated funnels, no expensive software, no gimmicks, just clear communication that respects how people actually make decisions. Here's what most service business owners don't realize. You're already doing the hard part. You're generating leads. You're getting people to reach out. The phone is ringing. Emails are coming in. The marketing is working. But you're wasting 60 to 80% of it because you're not giving prospects what they need to make a decision. You deserve to convert the leads you already are generating. You deserve to get an ROI on the marketing that you're already paying for. Your prospects deserve clear information that helps them choose correctly. This isn't about being pushy. It isn't about manipulating people into buying. This is about respecting how people make a decision and giving them what they need at each stage. All because you can skip a step, that doesn't mean you should. Here's what happens if you ignore this. You're going to keep spending on marketing. You're going to keep getting leads, and you're going to keep watching 60 to 80% of them disappear. Let me make this real. If you're spending $5,000 a month on marketing and converting 18% of your leads, you're wasting over $4,000 every single month. That's $48,000 a year just gone. Money you've spent to get the phone to ring, but then watching those calls turn into nothing. What if you could convert 40% instead of 18%? The same marketing budget, same number of leads coming in, but more than double the clients, more than double the revenue. How would that change your business? What would you do with an extra $100,000 in revenue? Would you hire that person you need? Would you take that vacation you've been putting off? Would you actually pay yourself what you're worth? The opportunity is right in front of you. You just can't see it yet. If you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm losing leads and I don't know where in the process that they're falling out, here's what I'd suggest. I'm interviewing service business owners for the second edition of my book. The interview is about your industry, what you're seeing across your industry, the patterns, the challenges, how customers make decisions in your specific field. And during that conversation, I can help you see where leads are dropping out of your process, where the formula is breaking down, which steps you're missing or doing wrong. There's no charge, it's just research from my book. Please go to mediaaceadvisors.com to schedule. Because here's the truth. That accounting firm, they couldn't see their message was generic. The restoration company, they couldn't see that their headline was weak. That law firm They couldn't see that they were skipping the education step entirely. Sometimes you can't read the label from inside the jar. You can't even see your own blind spots. What are you not seeing in the conversion process? What steps are you skipping? Where are your leads falling out? Let's find out. Thanks for watching. I'm Ryan Hurst. I'll see you in the next one.